On today's episode of WatchJRGo, floors. What is going on, guys? I am WatchJRGo, and today we are here in my shop, and it's about to be brand new. I am so excited for this. They've been working on this for nearly a week now, and it's being ground from end to end. You can see all of that all the way to here is like ready to go. Tomorrow they're coming through with epoxy and caulk to start filling all of the cracks, and they're going to dig the cracks out, pressure wash them again, and fill basically every imperfection in this floor. You look at the floor, you can see circles all over the place where every stud and pit in the floor has been marked to be filled. So they're getting started on filling all of that tomorrow. All of the new concrete, they spent a ton of time grinding to make sure there's no transition there, which is awesome. I can't wait to not notice that at all. And soon it'll be one uniform color, which will be a massive, massive change. And I think we talked about this in a previous video, but starting at this crack or the next crack, they're going to put a plastic aggregate in the, I think the primer, the epoxy primer coat, and that is actually a clear bead that will give me traction if there's antifreeze or oil on the floor. Because you go in some shops that have epoxy floors, and it's hazardous. Like one drop of antifreeze and you're gonna slip. So I didn't want that. Obviously, I wanted some kind of aggregate or something over here. It might be terrible if you have to roll around on a creeper, but I mean, that's the trade-off. I'm not on a creeper too often over here. I do want them to go all the way to this crack because in the wintertime when I'm pulling in here, I don't want to slip when I hop out of the truck. So this has been a very long process. They are putting in work. The floor machine is putting in work. I spent hours cleaning it earlier, getting all the trash and concrete back out of it. It actually fills up with concrete. Some people had mentioned that that would happen, and of course it does happen. It takes a long time to get everything out. There was a layer this thick in the bottom of it. Had to scoop all that out and put it in the dumpster. But they took off for the day, and I feel like doing some more grinding. I've been kind of grinding off and on while they don't want to work. I'm like, yeah, let me hop in on that. So my goal here is to grind maybe these two squares and maybe the third one, but the trailer was here with everything from the shop on it, and I just moved the trailer. So I'll try to speed up so they don't have as much to do in the morning. That's my goal. And maybe they can coat on Wednesday. So hopefully Monday, I'll be able to drive on this. We'll see. It's currently Monday, so we're probably 7 days from me being able to use the shop again, which is unfortunate, but hey, we're still getting work done. Ooh, yeah, that's that nice bare concrete. Knocked out a couple hours of grinding there. That should speed these guys up quite a bit. I did most of that section and all of that one. It actually does take a long time to get this stuff perfect. You have to go over it like 50 times. And this old epoxy, getting that off is a whole thing. Anyway, I would keep grinding all night, but I gotta go edit video. But that is what makes this channel different than all the others. Put in the work, no matter how long it takes. We got Casey out here doing the needful. The needful has needed done for quite a while. I love it. Let me get that piece of insulation. And we are back in the wind tunnel for further wind tunnel testing today. The wind moving through this building with those 4 fans is absolutely insane. They keep spinning up to literally full speed. And they're not plugged in at all. I mean, the wiring's not even there for them. Anyway, here we are back in the building. JR has been killing it for a long time. They have caulked every single seam in the floor. And this is a test that they did with some filler. They're not gonna keep filling it because that's just not gonna work out. Look at that. So I'm gonna stop moving because of this bee. Anyway, no more filler because it's just so thick and it takes forever to put down. Honestly, the floor, it's good enough for me where they ground everything, but that does look really good. Anyway, as you can see, every single crack in the floor has been caulked, and they've filled all the deep holes. They're finishing up all the caulking right now, and then today is primer, step one. So they're gonna start with the primer over there at that wall, move this way. Also, all my new metal came in today, just a few minutes ago. I just got the email. So that's coming up soon. Check this out. So anyway, this is the last time you're gonna see the floor like this. It's so nice, looks brand new. What are you mixing up? I saw some clear stuff going in there. Is that like a hardener?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. And this is just like, this is the actual final color then, right?
No, this is actually just a fill coat.
Oh, okay.
And then the primer will be similar to that color. And then the final color, it's close to that.
Okay, okay, cool. Oh, there he goes. There goes that wasp.
Yeah.
We can only move slowly in here. We're under attack. time has come.
Welcome, John Ross.
We're back after a few day trip from Atlanta to the warehouse. And I cannot tell you guys how excited I am for this. I've only seen this on camera. Let's go. Oh! Wow! It's incredible. I think I can walk on it. Let's do a quick test here. I'm going for it. I'm going in. It's so awesome. Yes, underneath, it's still, you know, messy concrete because they were not gonna fill the entire thing. This is the section that had the filler. And while it looks good, it's like such a minimal difference that there's no reason for it. Wow. Wow. I have maybe the largest epoxy floor on YouTube. Everywhere over here by the lifts, I want to warn you guys first, it looks totally different because it is totally different. It has plastic bead aggregate poured into it and it doesn't quite settle evenly, but it will keep me from slipping when there's antifreeze and oil on the floor because this is wildly slick. All right, so here, oh yes, it feels like sandpaper, but it still looks good. Oh, it's awesome. And your feet don't make any noise on this section. The new concrete looks a little different, but feels the same. Oh, this is sweet. Look at the light reflections. Now I have to replace the garage doors. It just has to be done. This is all getting replaced. It's gonna look wild with the new walls. They won't be crushed. This rocks. It feels like a new building, just having the floors. Unfortunately, it did make everything else look worse, but so worth it. It's so worth it. I've got the paint here. I just went to the Home Depot and dropped $200 on Rust-Oleum, the commercial paint, epoxy paint, whatever it is. And I'm gonna paint these black all the way up to the ceiling along with the center post. I got red to do all the posts outside. And of course, as time goes on, we'll end up with every single thing on the building being replaced or painted. Wow, this is a $12,000 floor, basically. I mean, that includes the other side. We haven't done it yet, but that's a few months out. I'm so excited. Take a look at that. It's so cool. Well, it is 100% time for walls. I'm gonna do that one first too. That one has important things going over there. And maybe that one. I just need to replace all the liner panel immediately because it's the last thing before a lot of the plans can happen in here. Anyway, I'm pretty much speechless. I don't have anything to say other than I wanted to walk around and enjoy it. I'm banned from cars in here for 5 more days, I think. They poured it on Saturday. It's only Monday, midday. And they said, don't put any cars in here until next Saturday. So I still can't use the shop, but at least the floors are done. It's so cool. And I'm gonna go pick up my walls because I can walk on here and we're gonna try to get that done tomorrow, at least the front section and maybe some of these other little sections, as much as we can hang. I'll hang everything we can. We also have white screws and we're gonna use a laser level to level the screw heads is my plan, because as you can see on these screw heads, they kind of move up and down. I want them to be, you know, on an exact laser measurement on every single row so that it looks perfect everywhere. As you guys know, everything in here is way over the top and I do it the most time-consuming way to make sure it's flawless, and I know in my head that it's all just done to perfection. I mean, that's why every zip tie in the ceiling that holds the dimming wire onto the conduit that has the high voltage inside it is 24 inches apart. Not only are they 24 inches apart, they're in line end to end. All kinds of dumb things like that in here. I just know that I did it like the best it could ever be done. So I'm very excited about the floor. Oh, they did a great job keeping all the paint off the lifts. I'm ready to wipe down all the lifts. That's next. I don't want any like this concrete dust that was left on them. That's got to get completely cleaned off. The lifts need fully wiped down. They haven't been since they were installed because I knew this was coming. There was dust from when we were drilling the anchor holes. This is gonna be so good. And the wall of toolboxes gets to move in right over here as soon as the walls are done. And I think it'll basically be untouchable at that point. We're getting to be one of the greatest shops ever. It just takes all of the time and all of the work. Anyway, I don't have much to say. I'm pumped. I fixed the air conditioning with my dad. He came over, I hooked it up. He came over and started troubleshooting. I was like, the compressors sound nasty and the fans don't turn on. And we came inside and found out there was a phase flipped, even though, yeah, there was a phase flipped. The old connector and stuff had like burnt up where they were plugging the air conditioner in. So I just hardwired it real quick, and now I have AC. It cools this whole building like that. It's a 10-ton that's sitting outside. I just put new filters in it. I got to build a condensate drain. I'll have that done this week too, because we need to rock the AC, but it feels incredible in here. I need to get the scissor lift back over here so I can paint all the way up to the ceiling. I need to rewire the truss because the DMX cables are just mic cables that are just kind of coiled up and thrown up there. I want them to all be precise lengths because none of that will ever change again. And then I'll hardwire the DMX down to the rack. And of course we have power so that the extension cord leaves. It's the last thing that's like really bothering me. And also when I have the forklift mast up, I can't drive through that side, also annoying. But we're fixing it all as fast as possible. And I'll finish up all the dimming wiring while the scissor lift is over here too. It's all coming as fast as I can get it done. I really need to do that before cars come back in here. But that is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you are enjoying the shop build as much as me. I know a lot of you are. This was such a big deal, and I'm just elated. Legit, like, this is awesome. And plumbing is next, so that hose won't be running down the wall. They're gonna run 1.5 inch all the way through the ceiling over to the other side. Those guys are basically ready to move now. Again, that is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to head on over to shop, WatchJRGo.com, where you get cool shirts, not like this. And please, like, share, subscribe, do whatever you want to do. And I'll talk to you next time. The balcony's coming up. Now I can move all this stuff back out of here, on Saturday that is. And we can start like final welding all these beams into position. And Jared wants to get his, he's plasma cutting brackets to go from this red iron back to the building's red iron, so it's all tied in, just to make sure nothing ever happens. So we need 4 of those brackets whipped up. That's on the to-do list, and then we can throw the floor structure in, put in the subfloor, and I'd like to order the stairs, but these stair companies are out of control. They all want like $3,000. We could build it for 1. So maybe we'll just build it. It's getting there. It is getting there. I'm so pumped. I gotta finish vacuuming the walls now. The walls I have vacuumed look great. It's crazy to walk around. It's just so nice. So nice.